you want me to come with you, then I'll come with you.
Alfie, I know you're deep down in there. Alfie, just come with us. Please, Alfie, I request. We're just heading over to the church real fast.
No, tell me why you want me to come with you first. I'm not just gonna come with some random.
To the church.
Well, you said you wanted to visit the church sometime, so we're just come on.
I'm not gonna go with you. That horse is coming as well. Just saying. Yeah.
Wait, of who?
That one there. That one. Yep.
Bear?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. Who the fuck are you again?
Wow, that is no way to speak to the preacher, sir.
I just want to make sure I'm dealing with.
I'm Joel King, preacher for the Orchard Leaf.
Alright, well, nice to meet you there, sir. My apologies. There's Bear. Looks like we gotta get out of here, Alfie. Let's get.
Alfie, we don't have to go with Bear. Just you and I. Just a quick session in the church. Just you and I. Real quick.
Session.
Okay, well.
Alfie.
With that, I'm coming with you. Just quick. My horse. I'm not just
quick. Okay. Just you and.
Kill him. Kill him.
Alright, well.
Oh no, you should watch her, the little girl, sir. That's your sister, right?
I hope to kill each other.
I'm swimming it.
Alright.
Oh.
Sheriff, just make sure.
Busy tonight.
Make sure nothing goes awry. Nobody needs to be shooting anybody.
They have a kid there.
Alright. Yeah, well, that's what the sheriff's going over for. Make sure nothing.
I'll be over there. We'll be over there. I'll be over there,
Yep. You too, Miss Deputy. Come on. Yep. Definitely.
I'm gonna make sure no guns go off.
Yep.
Hey, Mayor, what's going on?
Is everything okay?
They believe Mr. Alfie has a demon in him, so the good pastor is going to try and exorcise it. Shit. We're fucking lagging so bad. Oh, come on. As I was saying before we had a headache, that the good preacher thinks that Alfie has a demon in him, so he's going to exorcise it.
Can we watch?
Well, they're over at the church.
That's interesting.
Better get on over. Come on.
And notes because I've been like getting notes saying to come to River and to talk about that sort of stuff. So what's this about?
Well, I've heard rumors of devil worshiping. Went into your house. We found the note, Alfie. We found the pictures. We've heard about Ronan. We know it all. Alfie, confess that you've been worshiping the devil. That you're possessed, Alfie. Alfie, we can save you if you just.
Oh god, and our internet is being horrible. My fucking stream rate is fucking horrible.
Pretty too far gone, but I can help you out.
You wanna know the worst thing I've ever done? I painted a offensive picture of someone that got me kicked out of a shoe shop. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much what I wanted to convey. So yep, and Shoemilk, the Shoemilk shit as well. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about. So
not get into Bear. Help me out here.
Do you think this might be the entity, Father? It doesn't even sound like Shoemilk, to be honest with you. He's usually a lot sweeter than that.
Someone open that door for me,
He's being quite hostile. He's being quite
hostile.
hostile.
It's a hostile tone. It's a write that in a hostile tone.
Let Cody in. Let Cody in. I'm not saying anything.
If you don't open the door, I'll go get the mayor.
Come down here.
No,
that's my room. Nope. Come on. No, why are you going there?
Sir,
hold on. Gentlemen need to have words. Alfie, remember you said you wanted to duel him. Now's your time to be a man.
I don't want to
be a man. Be a man.
I don't want to.
You can own up to it.
All right, I guess I'll go get him then.
Confront each other.
Whoa!
Alfie, we punch people.
Okay.
Sheriff, you want to open the door for me, please? It feels like he's being detained without his free will, so you want to open that door for me?
The guy is just someone that exists that I have to talk to sometimes.
I can't.
No, Alfie, you can be a man right now.
and I believe it's from your probably little Tom's mouth. I've been hearing about what you've been saying about me. Calling me like a scum.
Yes,
What have I
I've heard
said?
what you've done, Alfie.
You've heard what I've done. What have I done?
Because it feels
Miss Ronan? What you did to Miss
What have I done to
Ronan?
Ronan? What have I done to Ronan? I said we went on a date yesterday. What?
There ain't no
He
law.
You
did go
sacrificed her,
willingly. He
Alfie.
did go willingly.
Hey, so, Alfie, you want to get out of here, or are you being detained?
I don't really know.
What have I said, Shoe Milk? What have I said?
Nobody's being detained. Nobody is being detained. Everybody's
Yes, you can walk out of the church if you really want.
Okay, and then let him walk out of the church freely then.
Can I just talk for a second?
There's
Because
a
I'm
bunch of people
really
standing
Yes,
in the
I don't
way.
give a
let's
shit.
hear
Get out of
let's
the
hear
door.
Alfie's statement on this.
Okay, so I've been hearing rumors. I'm assuming that there's only been one person that's been going around giving rumors to people, and that's Dan right there. I heard he went to Sundance the other day and called me scum. So have you been throwing more called me scum? Have you been saying more
Scum?
stuff? Or is that... Yeah.
No. Where'd you hear that from?
Pretty trustworthy people, to be honest.
Literally have never gone and spread rumors about you. Certainly haven't used the word scum to describe you. You're a shoe milk weasel, sir. That's what I call you.
Okay.
Might want to check those sources. Is this the entity or shoe milk that we're speaking to?
What is this about an entity as well? What's that about? What is this?
Well, that's from the father. You might want to accuse me of all of this, but I arrived in Sundance and the father was already looking for you because apparently he wanted to confess something, and we just got together to come and find you. But again, Bear gets the blame. Sounds like somebody's in your ear telling little porky pies, son.
You see, I had people come to my church and say they were devil worshippers around Bear's Den Basin, and that I should go check it out. I went to check it out and gather information. We explored her house, Alfie. We found the notes. We found the tubs. We found everything.
Yeah, the bathtub that was put there by my neighbors, which I have explained to Bear
That you
before.
sacrificed Miss Ronan, and yes, that bathtub.
What? Who's been telling you that I sacrificed Ronan? What the fuck is that about?
Language,
Bear.
Milk.
I don't
The
give a
entity,
shit.
it's... You hear that? You hear it too, right?
Look at that. Everybody hearing that tone? Everybody hearing the language and the tone?
The only thing I hear is you being an asshole, and you guys accusing this gentleman of being
Sorry, who
somewhat
are
of
you?
an entity. None of your damn business. That's what it sounds like.
Sorry, but if someone's gonna
Do you have any of those
Ronan-
notes? Wait. Does he have any of the notes to prove it?
Wait,
We
so you're
took
telling me
pictures of
that
it.
I just heard that you guys searched his house. I'm pretty sure, you know, if they're in a mailbox that's public property, anybody
no.
can frame or put them there.
No, they're all in my box in my shoe shop. It's not even
Oh,
a house,
so they
it's a
were
shoe
inside.
shop.
So they were inside your shoe
Yeah.
shop. Okay, that makes it even better.
Church
awesome.
business for the father. The father has authority and is a
Oh,
deputy.
I'm sorry, and you're a father as well. That's why you're in there. I thought it was, you know,
No,
confidential.
I was asked to
between-
assist the deputy, actually.
Oh,
Can I at
after
least know
being in
who's
cahoots
been-
with him. Okay.
But can I at least
I
know
mean,
who's been
since
telling
day
people
one I met
sacrificed
you,
Ronan?
like you've been framing this dude. And what about this? When did Ronan was accused of being sacrificed?
Framing who? Are you deaf? I
No,
walked
hey,
into
I no,
Sundance
I'm
and
sorry.
found
Oh, I'm
the
sorry. I
father, and I joined this
Okay.
group, sir.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Sounds
okay,
like
so
some
when
people
was,
are telling
when
lies
was
about
Ronan
me as well. I've
sacrificed?
had previous with
When
Shoe
was
Milk
Ronan
telling lies about
sacrificed?
me.
I didn't tell
See,
anyone. I haven't
when-
told anybody anything about you. I don't even talk to people about you. I don't like you. I don't fucking talk to anybody about you. Don't just
I'm
go around
pretty
saying
sure
that.
2 days ago.
Terrible.
I don't care.
2
I
days
don't-
ago, we put a note in your mailbox trying to say, "Hey, cut the bread between you two," but you wanted to be a dick the other day, so we took it back.
Did you find that note as well? Was that was in the box of all my other notes? I'm sure you saw that one.
That was the one with him trying to lure me.
Lure
Oh
you?
yeah,
What?
luring. Yeah. See, that's
You
what
see
it
now-
is. See,
We're not making any formal accusations on any law basis. Where I was investigating claims. I had people come to me. They said they were devil worshippers, and evil practices going around. I am a preacher. It's one of my things to go around and make sure the land is pure. And I heard claims of Alfie being the thing, being a part of this devil worshipping crew. We went to saw his house, saw the bathtub, and it definitely looked like you had an altar towards some evil entities, and that's why we went to
How did
find
you-
you and figure
wait,
out
how did
what's
you-
going on.
Wait, how did you know where I live? I've never told you where I live.
Bear showed me.
Oh, well, what do you know, Mr. Bear?
Sorry, is that some sort of crime that when somebody's looking for evildoer to tell them where they live?
Hey, go
did that
No,
also
it's
mention
just,
to you?
it's awful weird that it sounds like you're trying to frame him, but that's just me, you know? You're always in the mix when there's bad blood between you.
Yes, I put the bear traps in the child's playground and the virgin
was,
bath.
again, the people I live with.
It's all
You do
me,
realize
everybody.
also-
It's all me.
You do always realize I'm planning to move away from that place. Like,
Alfie, do you
planning to move for like a
you
week.
don't suppose then perhaps you live with devil worshippers? Do you ever
No.
You do realize what it looks like?
Yeah, which I explain to people every time they turn up to that place. Like every single time I say it's after with candles around it. I had nothing to do with it. Like I've even took it down once, but they put it back up because it's
Yes,
just a
you
funny
have
thing
you
to
have
have in the
altars,
garden.
what looks like sacrifice areas. Miss Ronan goes missing. I don't really know Miss Ronan, but I've only heard the claims. I don't know what's going on.
When did these accusations of Ronan being missing? How long ago?
Who said them?
I said that she left town, that she had gone. People were saying that she had left.
And when was that? Was that?
Very
today,
close.
To put the dots
yesterday?
together, I can take no credit on that one.
So you presume, like, why would I ever want to sacrifice Ronan? Literally do everything I can to make sure she doesn't get in sort of bad situation.
Well, it would not be you, it would be the entity. If you were taken by an entity, you would first try and take the one you love. That would only secure its strength.
Just have no words for the stupidity. This is just a bandit town anyway, so what's the point?
Oh, all right. Now that's enough. All right, we're gonna
I
start
ask that you
working
do
with
not
hold
mock
on
my
a
faith.
second. Hold on just a second. All right, I've had about enough of this nonsense. I did not want to step into the middle of this, but this is getting. People are words are getting around all over the place. I ain't saying that one side's right and the other's wrong or what have you, but I ain't gonna have people tarnishing the name of this town. If y'all want to have a discussion about this, you can have it somewhere else, because I've had about enough of this shenaniganery in town every damn time.
And if you're gonna throw accusations,
Perfect. We're out of here.
you need to accuse
Terrible,
somebody
terrible.
else.
We are
Hostility.
not throwing accusations at anybody,
Shoot
all
each
right? We're
other.
going to start working on facts.
But, man, why have you been
Hey,
telling people I'm a
no,
bandit?
whoa, hang on a
Can
second.
you
Who
just
just
explain
said
that?
that?
Shenaniganery.
Wasn't me.
How do you
Shenaniganery?
spell that? Shenaniganery?
It most definitely was.
You know what? You can figure out the wording for that. It means all kinds of people causing all kinds of trouble. Now, if we're going to make accusations, I don't want to hear it, and y'all can get
There you
off
go,
this
over here.
property.
Even if he's not an
Gosh,
evildoer, I think we've all
you know
seen a
what?
bit of
I'm
a
leaving.
different side that's been hidden before.
Well,
Foul-mouthed,
Alfie.
hostile, ill-tempered.
What do you expect when I have people accusing me of sacrificing the person I'm kind of dating? What do you expect? Like I'm not gonna roll over and just let people walk over
No,
me
and I
just,
don't
like,
expect
accept.
you to, but that accusation was uncalled for against this town, sir, and if you spread that
Well,
lie, I'm going to make sure
well,
that
I've had-
people know that you spread that as a lie.
I'm
Trevor
saying that
Glass
because I've
said
had
he
people say the
funded
same
this
thing about
town.
me.
Defend
Pretty sure
yourself.
Trevor
Glass
Glass
says
just
a lot of
showed up
things.
trying to bribe you.
That's right.
Yeah, man,
Because
that's-
we stand
like,
against
shall I be the mayor
banditry.
because
100%.
Bill, can I talk? Okay, can I talk to you then? Because I've heard some stuff about what you've been saying about me.
Well,
also
if you've
tell
been
people
hearing
I'm a
stuff
bandit
that I've
and I've
been
been
saying
working with-
about you, then you should come to me alone without this tomfoolery
Yeah, the
that's going
mayor.
on around here.
Try to, but then
Get
just-
it out
just
here.
pass
Let's
No,
it
go.
on.
I
What's he
tried to
say,
talk
Joe?
to
You
you
tried
the
to
other
say some
day,
lies.
and you wanted to run
This
off
man
with
listens
Mr.
to
Cody.
lies. He said I call him scum. I don't even use the word scum.
Alfie,
All right, you
do
know
you
what?
suppose
Here's
we
what
could go
I-
in the
What
church
lies
alone
have you
for a
heard
sec?
about the mayor?
Yeah.
Here's
Uh-huh,
my
this is
opinion on
just-
the matter, and this is my final word
Whoever
on
you
the
listen to
subject.
is talking shit, son. Need to clean your
I
ears
think you're the
out.
one that's taught.
All right,
Forgot
y'all
that talk
listen
shit.
up for just one dadgum second, all right? Opinions
Lies,
are
liar.
opinions and facts are facts, all right? If you know the facts and you didn't say something, who cares what the dadgum person said, all right? Let's all settle down and quit frickin' screaming at each other. Can we at least
This is
do
great.
that? Can we try to be
This is
civil
great.
around here, please?
Went from devil worship to
Alfie.
slander.
I believe you ran off.
Yeah, they ran off.
The entity has him.
Yeah, got lost.
Well then, you ran away from the argument. So
Where's the
hence
jet?
the
I
And
argument's
then
honestly
over.
don't blame him for running off.
the
Goodness
shoe
gracious.
milk.
I don't either.
The shoe
This
milk
has gotten
weasel
into a ridiculous
escaped, disappeared into the night.
I don't think it's that
That'd
bad.
be a
There's
good
no
Mr. Bear.
violence. It's an
Closer.
exchange
Mr.
of
Bear.
words.
Mr.
Why are
Bear.
people
Yes.
so sensitive?
Oh my goodness.
I am going to ask you to leave this topic or to take it somewhere else.
Oh, I was just checking
Go,
the journalist that she was hearing what was happening there.
I hear what
It
you're
may
saying.
it may
I
sound
know.
pretty crazy, but the journalist did take pictures of everything. It sounds unbelievable, but we did go to that place. There's something wrong going on there. As sheriff, I think you should investigate for sure.
All right. Well, I don't want River Run's name getting mixed up in all of this. So if we can please take this business elsewhere, I'd be appreciative of everybody here on a very civil note.
Of course, of course.
Of course. Yeah, I just
Appreciate
had
that,
people
Mr.
coming
Bear.
into the church very worried and scared that there were dangerous practices going around on Bear's Den, and that's
Scared of the shoe
very
milk.
close to River Run. I just wanted to make sure everything's going all right. It looks very bad for Alfie. I'm sure
I
maybe
understand
it
that.
was all
I
wrong.
understand that people have all kinds of different opinions and situations and religions and whatnot, and I don't care if y'all have as many differences as a toad does to a gator. But I want it kept civil, and if y'all can't keep it civil, I want you off this land. We've had
Yeah, civil,
we've-
Very
this
civil, of
town's
course.
been
We
shot
are
up
civil.
so
No,
many
I
damn
feel like the
times.
only uncivilness, the hostility, was all from the shoe milk clan there, wasn't it?
Alpha's
We were
partner
very
was a
civil.
little
The
bit
father
angry
there, the
immediately.
father.
Well, there
of
was
the
a lot of
orchard, a
anger going
journalist,
back and
I'm
forth,
a
and nobody
trader.
was
They're all
dropping
very
it, so I
quiet and
forced
civil
the
here.
issue.
Okay, hold on
Yes.
a second.
I was
All right.
trying to
Very
be pretty
peaceful
calm.
now
I'm
that
just
they've
All
gone.
right, all right, folks, listen. I understand the situation. The pastor did ask Mr. Alfie to come with him and talk to him alone. That Cody fella did keep
Yes, people
standing
did run
behind
over.
me. He did stand behind me and keep instigating the issue and getting people riled up.
Mm.
So
No, I agree.
That Cody, he needs looking at. He needs dealing with.
Yes, I
mean-
did initially have me and Alfie go over, but then I was told I can't keep the doors closed. So then everyone rushed in and it became a big thing.
that's correct. Now,
Mm.
Pastor.
Well, myself
never
and
said
Mr.
anything about
Cobbs
the
just
doors.
came to town just a moment ago, and we saw what was going on. And came over to see what was going on after I spoke with the mayor here.
Yep.
I believe it would have been much more civilized if it was just Alfie and I having a discussion. He did say he wanted to confess things to me anyway. That's one of what was my primary
Privately
concern.
said he wanted to
going on.
confess sins to the father. I mean, that's come on, people. Alarm
All
bells.
the windows
Anyone?
and doors are closed.
Just
I
me?
couldn't hear nothing.
No.
I came over to make sure because I know kind of what the situation is, and I don't know how tense folks are about it. So I came over to make sure that nothing happened, and then apparently,
Can we,
Mr. What's his face
Well,
comes over, starts pounding on the door.
Yes, I usually
Yeah.
try
We
to
see
keep
the
the confessions
pictures?
private.
Mm.
Oh yes,
Which is why I
she
was
has all the
outside.
pictures of everything.
We have some incredible pictures.
Yes, I would have to say that
Well-
Miss Gloriana is a fine photojournalist. So I'm sure that if she says she has pictures, then I'm sure she's got them.
Well, all right, Mr. Joel, I am sorry that this turned into a spectacle. I did respectfully stay outside where I could not hear the goings on. I just wanted to make sure that everything was okay in this town.
Yeah, it's quite alright. I was trying to keep it more civilized. I don't want the church being known for anything too crazy. I just wanted to talk to Alfie alone, possibly have one person there for my protection, since we did not
would
know
you-
what Alfie's state was.
What would you do if he was possessed?
We would hold a sermon and we'd pray for him and cleanse him. I think people are getting confused with things such as the law. It's not like we're going to be doing executions or anything. We just
We just want to clear the
just
man.
praying and
we
part
just,
of the faith.
Yeah, we just want to clear him of the
Father's just
darkness.
trying to
you know what I'm
Purify
saying?
him a bit.
Trying to help one of his flock.
Well, there was a lot of tempers flaring, and that's the only thing I was trying to diffuse. And I'm sorry it turned into a spectacle. That was not, I'm sure, the intention of anybody here.
That's all right.
I don't rightly like being called a bandit
It's all from
town
them.
when all we
all
were
the
trying to do
tempers
is
from
help
them,
the gentleman.
Let's be honest. We all saw it.
And that's when I stepped in.
I understand, Mr. Crow, and I thank you. But that calling
I'll have
folk a
to
bandit
discuss
town.
it again with Alfie privately at some point.
Yeah.
I'm sure then it'll be much easier.
Let's try and catch him at a time when there's not quite so many people in town.
I'd probably go to his house alone and just see if I can have a one-on-one with him.
And if I do write an article on this, I assure you it will be very neutral.
I trust your
I'd
judgment, ma'am.
appreciate that. All right. Well, if you folks would excuse me, I'm working on getting our newest deputy set up.
Thank you for your vigilance, Sheriff. Appreciate you.
Who else do I get to pick on?
Who else do you get to pick on? Come on now, Miss D. Goodness gracious. Miss Gloriana, I do have a business proposition for you when you do have some time. I was unable to find a tailor,
time right
so.
now.
Oh well, all right. Then we can go discuss that.
Actually, Mayor Whelan, Cobb's here's a tailor. I brought him all the way from Juniper.
Well, son of a, I just.
Could I talk to you for a moment?
Go.
Of course.
I just gave the last spot in
Here,
town
let's
away.
Sure.
But
Excuse me,
that doesn't
miss.
mean
Sorry,
that
there we go. Thank you.
that doesn't mean that he can't live close and use the shop. Give him the same deal I do everybody. And then when we get our next expansion, since he'll be using the shop constantly, that'll show activity, and I'll be able to
him so hard.
get him in the deed.
Infected this Cody fellow.
Well, this gentleman here, Mr. Cobbs, who you want to work with. We can go probably back over to your office if you want.
Well, I don't know if it'll be much more quiet there, but we can. Well, Miss Gloriana, if we need your assistance, I will discuss that with you later, ma'am. All right?
Much more than
But I do
expected
appreciate your
of you.
time.
You know where to find me.
Well,
Yes,
he
ma'am,
didn't
I
even
sure do.
sound like shoe milk. You know, I can do.
Gentlemen, have a good
Oh gosh,
day now.
there was none of that. He didn't even sound like
Good evening,
himself.
ma'am.
He sounded like a beast.
He was a very stern. He didn't lost the stutter a little bit. Wasn't loud voiced or anything. He was just. But even when I first greeted him and said, "Oh, hey, Alfie," and then he was.
That was a very interesting welcome to River Run.
Yeah, that was
That's usually not this lively.
Well, no, that's not true. It actually is usually this lively, just not in that sense.
Oh, that is true. There's usually a lot of people here.
Yeah, it's usually more in a business sense than a we have darkness amongst us we must cleanse.
We now have 3 deputies.
Well, we
All
just
right.
woke up from headaches down the river, and Hobbs here told me a posse had rode past him, so we made haste to get here.
Yep. All right, let's go down here by the saloon and discuss. It'll be easier. All right. So, I gave the last spot in the deed to a young lady who's been running around here helping the sheriff. That basically just wanted to be a deputy. Her past was a bounty hunter, and she's also a wrangler. But I discussed that Miss Rowan is a primary wrangler. She's like, oh well,
I think I heard her made quite the violent joke. Yeah, I think I heard her make quite the violent joke before.
The violent joke.
Who's that? You talking about Miss Skylar, I believe she is?
Yeah, Miss Nash. Yeah, she's been chasing criminals around here for the past week or so. So the sheriff wanted her as a deputy, and it was easy to get her close to the town. That way, when the sheriff's not available, I have another deputy right there. So we gave that spot to her. But that's not to say that the next expansion won't take that long if we all start cracking down on it. The biggest thing is getting the pelts run and making that money and stuff like that. So, but the deal I normally do for folk that I lease space to is I don't charge you for the location because I've already built the location. So there's no reason for me to charge you for a location. If I had to build you a shop and stuff like that, then we would have to discuss a leasing fee. So the only thing I do is I charge 10% of profit for you're taxed to the town for using the space. That's it. So the only way you pay is if you make money. That way you don't feel robbed.
That sounds very nice, yeah.
Yeah, and as you can see, we got beautiful area all around the town. So I mean, you can be as long as you're at least 25 platforms away from the town's edge, then you can build your residence. But you wouldn't have to build a shop because you basically get up from your home, come in, work in the shop. You basically act like a river run citizen without actually being a citizen, and you still get the benefits of having law enforcement that'll defend you and all that good stuff. I mean, so that's kind of how I do that. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, then welcome aboard. If you're not, then still nice to meet you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Let me think about it a little bit, alright?
Oh yeah, not a problem. I mean, I can't expect you to rush into a decision. I mean, it's a business venture that you got to be willing for a little of what do you call it? A little what's the word? Oh gosh, I can't think of. Take a little chance to get a little gain. That's what it is. And you got to remember for the greater gain, you also have to put up the greater chance. So, I mean, that's kind of like the way I founded the town. We took a chance, and wow, it was a great chance, and so far we've had great gains. So, I mean, I literally just expanded the town yesterday, and had the deed filled 30 minutes after I expanded it. And I've got folk that come around quite often and like, do y'all have room for people? Do y'all have room for people? I mean, I've counted at least a dozen more that have asked. So, I mean, it would definitely be.
Well, it didn't help that we took up 3 of those slots almost immediately.
Well, no, actually it did because I mean, y'all seem to be like you're active. I've already seen you, multiple days in a row, and that stays that way. Then I don't have to worry about putting out a sleeper like I did have to do with our Taylor. Literally, I don't think he's been awake in like 9 days. So, I unfortunately had to let him go.
So you do need a Taylor around.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why. And I gave up that spot this morning, and I was running around everywhere trying to find a doggone tailor, and nobody said, "Hey, yeah, there's a tailor needs a job." Blah blah. Anywhere. I've been all over. I mean, I even rode a Juniper at the bank opening to try and catch folk that were fresh off the train.
I live right by the train station. If only you found me a little bit sooner. I don't know. I got a pretty good friendship down south kind of going on. I was thinking about doing that for a little bit, establish myself a little bit more, but I'll definitely consider moving it up here,
Yeah. I mean,
he'd never been up to River Run before, so I told him I'd guide him up here.
Yeah, a lot of folk don't even know we're here until they come up. Yeah, I've heard that Copper Springs, I guess, is looking for a tailor also, but I don't know. I mean, I prefer more the quaint river town that we got here.
Like Taylor's been they don't seem nearly as established. But I gotta say, it does seem like Taylors are kind of a hot commodity. But isn't Mr. Bear a tailor too?
Yeah, but Mr. Bear is not affiliated with River Run. He actually lives all the way up at the end of the river in the middle of that lake on the island. That's where he resides.
He actually sold me some clothes when I first started out before I got my bearings together.
Right. Unfortunately, when you have put two people who like to do a lot of socializing and talking, I just kind of it kind of rubs wrong a little bit. So I'm not sure how Mr. Bear thinks of me, and I listened to his sales pitch a few times, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, man, that's a lot. You probably shouldn't say it that much like that, but that's okay.
Would you like to listen?
Mr. Cobbs here has a great sales pitch.
How's it going, Miss Bijou?
You choose, right?
Good day to you all. Good morning.
Good day.
Good morning.
How are you all doing today?
Not too bad. Just discussing some business
Doing quite well.
with Mr. Cobb here, who's a tailor.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my goodness. You had just fallen into my lap, sir. I am in need of repairs.
I didn't bring up my my stuff, unfortunately.
I have a shop
Oh,
with
that is a
everything in it.
shame.
It's
What
true.
did you say, sir?
I said I have a shop with everything in it.
If you have a shop, I could set up right now. Then, if you already set me up.
Yeah, the shop's been set up, and what's funny is people come by and they see the shop and they see it set up, and they're like, "Is your tailor awake?" And I'm like, "Ah." And I've had at least a dozen people in the last, I'd say, 36 hours come through here looking for a tailor. I mean, I know that doesn't seem like a lot,
Yes.
but if
Me
word got out that
included.
hey, that tailor's up there in River Run right now awake,
Well,
then
if you look at me right now, I'm wearing some new duds. I don't know if you ever seen them before yet.
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
some new duds today. I got them from Miss Villa.
Oh, I see.
She's an
Yes, yes.
heiress.
Yep. She's a wonderful lady. She
Did
comes
I
through
try to
town
sell
every
to
once
you
in a while.
before too, man?
I'm Joseph's wife. You did do us a kindness and gave us some clothes.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah.
All right, well,
But if you do decide to set up here, you know, you'd be quite welcome.
Yes, you already have business.
not even accepted the deal. You want to think about it, but I already got you a customer right there. Walked right up. See that? That's how River Run runs.
Well, if he can get
Alright,
used
I
to your
think I
tailor
might,
shop, he can probably do some work here before he heads back to Juniper.
Oh yeah, if you walk
Yes, sir.
around and say,
I did.
If
I
I
did
head
find
back,
my
I'll just
money.
bring it all up here.
Yeah, I did find my money pouch, so I can pay you for those gloves that I got.
did you need something, Ms. D?
All right, why don't you guys bring me to the tailor shop?
Please do excuse me. I'm sorry for sneaking up like that and interrupting and just getting in all y'all's space. But Mr. Lamb, I really do need to speak with you.
All right, let me get done with this, and I will come find you, ma'am.
No,
Never a
please,
dull
it is
moment,
very
eh,
urgent.
Liam?
Never a dull
Um,
moment.
It's
Maybe you
Mr.
should talk.
Liam. There's like a 2-inch large cockroach in my room.
Oh shit. Okay. The equipment should be available to you. It's right there. I'm gonna go go help her.
Cockroach.
Yep. I'm here.
Yeah, well.
Oh
no,
shit! Nope,
it's
this way.
the first one we've seen. It's yeah.
There.
Oh,
I opened the doorway.
it might even not be a cockroach. It
This
just
is
looks
mighty
like one of
fine
them little
setup.
bugs.
Where?
Now,
Show me
sir,
where it
I
is.
must,
Oh God! Oh! I got it! Woo!
What'd you say, ma'am?
Holy shit!
Shit.
Oh my goodness.
What's going on? What's going on?
Whew. Oh.
Do you need a change of pants, sir?
No, I got it.
Yeah, crow's a cockroach. Liam got it.
Yep, I got it. Whew. Man, that I ain't never seen a critter that big. Whew.
Charge, sir, for your repairs.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You want to put your clothes right in the sewing machine and I'll repair them? Although it doesn't look like they have as much material as I do back home.
All right, there might be a little mess to clean up, but there's not. You can't really.
I ain't cleaning that shit up. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I have to clean the house. You
Hey,
guys
hey,
know
hey,
what
hey!
you've done.
It wasn't meant that way. It was just meant that it kind of went
Well,
everywhere.
I'm taking it that way. You go upstairs and you clean that bug out of my room.
Alright,
What?
nobody's.
You killed it. You scattered the guts and
Hen-
blood, and you.
Henry!
I closed the door.
Oh,
No, this ain't Henry's job.
Oh, Henry's doing it.
This is your job.
Actually, I will need to be let
You
back out. I
killed
have
it,
to
you
go
clean
acquire
it.
my
Oh,
items.
oh no, I'm just the
Liam.
exterminator.
Oh, yeah, I can let
He's
you
the
out,
cleaner.
No,
Listen.
Killed it, you clean it.
Well, what am I supposed to clean it with? Here, give me your shirt.
Your
I'll clean it with
hand?
it. No, I'm not cleaning it with my hands.
No.
Wow. She's really out of sorts there.
She's a feisty one.
What's
She's a
the bug
feisty
look
one.
like?
I don't know.
2-inch freaking little
I
water
can bring
bug or
over
something
some.
like
I don't know what it was, but it's in a million
Some
pieces
oil
now.
hide
A whole bunch of pelt, yeah. Oil hide and pelt are pretty much what I need.
Alright, let me get some of the stuff
Is
off my
he-
horse.
is he
so I
even
can
in
put it
there?
in here for your use today on this.
That dirty bum. He knew it. He heard me yelling for him. That's what it
If
was.
you get those gloves ready, I'll be able to
What
pay
a
for it
what
when
a
they get
bum.
back.
Let's
Let me
see.
go get this
Alright,
supply.
Well,
got
I
the
guess I better go
ready
down
if
to
you
the
fe- if
go
you
down to the
fancy.
carpenter shop and get something to clean it up.
In this drawer here, if you want. That'll be $2.
I just don't make.
No, I know. I just
enjoy
figured that was
listening
like
them.
a double. Oh, you actually
No,
like
no,
the
no.
sound of them. All right.
Yeah. I
I'll
just
be right
don't
back
make
with
them.
The other supplies.
Right. Okay. I didn't know if that was like a double horror story
You need
for
a
you.
moment
No,
to
no,
get your supplies set up before you can
Yes,
begin
ma'am.
repairs.
This was very impromptu. I guess I just moved in while you were talking
It's
to
fine.
me.
I do not mind waiting. I will wait outside in this room, and then once everything is set up, you can come and get me. Let me know.
Alright, ma'am. You live here too?
No, I do not. I live up on a mountain behind the town.
Alright.
See, we were
I'm
good
sorry,
luck for you, Mr. Cop.
What'd you say, ma'am?
I said we were good luck for you. You did us a good turn, and now you have a home.
Yes, ma'am. I think I might have even said, today me, tomorrow you.
You did say that.
Oh, I apologize for barging into your conversation while you were having it, but I was not able to give
I
you
think
my
you
name
might
as
have,
well. My name is Bijou Sindel. It is a pleasure to meet you.
You too. My name is Herbert Cobbs.
Where's the sheriff?
The handcuffs are for the deputy here.
Sheriff, look at the end of this brush.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you tell me what kind of bug that is? I never seen no critter that looks like that. This is I know it's in pieces, but it just came off of Miss D's wall after I blasted it.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell when you blasted it. I heard that shot all the way over here.
Well, what else was I supposed to do? It's not like I had some kind of critter to eat it or anything.
You're wearing shoes, aren't you?
It was bigger than my damn shoe. I wasn't touching that damn thing.
Was it a scorpion?
Now, I don't know what it was. It was round and ugly.
It was a
Round
squirrel.
and
What it
ugly.
was.
Maybe it was some kind of forest beetle or something. I don't know.
Well,
Forest
it's
beetle crawling in my room.
it's cleaned up now, so you good.
Yeah, better
So
be.
what? You
See, it
have
was-
bed bugs?
No, not bed bugs. I hope.
Lice? What?
Very good way to get rid of the bed bugs.
Oh,
Burn!
Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Mr. Steelborn, we've talked about this.
I see what you mean about the fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fire cleanses everything. All impurity.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Does your little otter
What?
have a hat?
Yes, it protects from the heat.
Alright,
Y'all
well.
stop distracting the poor man so I can get a set of handcuffs made up? Good grief.
Alright, let me go make sure our
Why do you
folks
keep
is tailoring.
cementing paste?
There should be some in my masonry bench in my shop in the warehouse there.
Did you find
Wow, it is
Mr.
locked.
Yep, that one.
Let me look.
Henry?
No, I haven't
I
found
need to
Mr. Henry.
terrorize him a little bit.
You need to terrorize him a little bit. Well,
Get home, I'm gonna
I mean,
check on the babies.
I got all kind.
Yeah, I can bring
Here, I
some
just
sleep
need to
before I
make
ride out.
some made up real fast. How much
I don't know
you need?
where he went. He's is he hiding under the dock? I don't know.
I'm here.
Well, you know how Henry is. He's allergic to work.
That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that's what it is.
You want to come over and see what I need exactly to repair your stuff? I should have enough, hopefully.
Hey, I don't see him.
Alright, I will go and fetch it here.
Alright.
By the way, Miss Rowan, Miss Schuyler is a wrangler, but she has no interest in the wrangler duties, so you don't have to worry about that threatening you as our wrangler. She
Oh, okay.
she wanted the job mostly for assisting law enforcement, so she is a dedicated deputy to the good sheriff.
Oh, well, yeah, he's gonna need a good sheriff.
Yeah,
Joseph was just
yeah.
telling me something about an exorcism going on over here. Something
Well,
weird.
the good pastor was trying to help Mr. Alfie with working out the demons that he may have inside him, but there's a young fella, Cody, who was up in arms about it. So I don't rightly know what that fella's problem is, but yeah, yeah, it's interesting. And then
Yeah, I didn't recognize that man that was raising his voice and banging on the door.
yeah, that was Cody Rockefeller. He's yeah. I don't want to say anything. I've already given my reports to the sheriffs and stuff of about that fella, so I don't need to say much else. But I definitely am not gonna have I'm definitely not gonna have them accusing River Run of being a damn bandit town. We ain't got a single damn bandit here. The one person who did anything wrong got tried.
That's fine.
They found him innocent,
But I added
and
some
I put him to
cigars
work
and
ever
everything
since.
for your troubles. I imagine a ride to
Alfie and Cody are saying that we're a bandit town.
Yeah, it never fails when the mudslinging comes out, but yeah, it seemed like it may have been set to be that to bring them here to cause more mudslinging. That's in my opinion. I don't know if that's their intention, but that seemed to be rising tempers to that.
It could be. They've come through here a few times looking for Mr. Henry, so I'm not sure, what their plan was, but the alliances that I have with Sundance, White Willow, and Spring Valley, they all know everything. They got to understand, as mayor, I make sure that everybody that I have dealings with knows all the information I know. I'm not going to hide jack from anybody. Because the more information they know, the better informed they are, the better of a more logical decision they can make when dealing with River Run. Which is why I have folks like Miss Gloriana who are more than willing to do business with us and stuff like that. If we can't get Mr. Cobb to habitate that tailor shop and make us and himself some money, then what I'll do is I'll convert it into a clothing store, and we'll outsource the clothing and bring it in and just have a salesperson sell it.
That makes sense. I know Mr. Cobbs works on shoes directly for most of his work.
Right.
And you also?
I mean,
that's what I was hoping he'd tell you his selling slogan.
Thank you very much. I mean, I'm not opposed to slogans. It's not the slogans that.
Well, I'm gonna head on
get
home.
me.
I'm gonna check on those babies. They should be nearly grown by now.
Nice. But I just wanted to give you a heads
I'll
up
be on
about
the way
Miss
soon,
Nash.
Miss Rowan.
Okay, I'll see you at home,
Yeah,
Joseph.
nice.
Yeah, I managed some more work on the barnstead over there. I did build it across to the post office, like you and I discussed the other day.
Yeah.
There's a piece that we'll have to have you dismantle so they can walk directly onto the post office roof. But
You're talking
once we
about
get some
you're
paint
talking about
up
that
over
railing,
there,
right?
that should be good. Yeah, it's just a railing I can't seem to get dislodged.
I mean, and if you don't like my scheme, I mean, you don't have to abide by my scheme. I mean, y'all are free thinking folks, so it's just it's just what I like. I mean, it was very fitting to the surroundings. I was like, I love my green. I am an Irishman. I do. I love my green and I love my drink. So. Obviously, we got some.
It makes the town look pretty when it's uniform like that, so I don't mind sticking to an aesthetic.
Yeah. I mean,
It's part
I know
of
you.
the
I'm sure
benefits
y'all.
of being living right in town.
Yeah, and I'm sure y'all seen, the other towns with some of those really, outlandish colors, and
Where did you go
it's
to?
very not my flavor flair, I guess.
So that those that wish to be buried in the ground.
Well, these
can
colors
find
here are
out
very earthy, and
peaceful
it
resting
works
place.
well with the river as its backdrop and everything. Seems to be a lovely area.
Yep, yep. I got me. Let's see. He's doing that. I guess I can run over and take care of that railing real quick. That won't take me that long.
It is a family
I could use a
profession,
dip
and,
anyway after all this
even my
excitement.
name,
Whew.
Tyndall, it is another.
Get that
another
Irish
word
tit
for,
cooled down. You're
white
saying?
cloud
Yeah,
that
yeah.
wraps around the,
Because I
corpse
couldn't
of
find
the
Mr.
fallen
Valentine to get
I'll
a damn
come
whiskey.
over with you that way if you.
All right, all right.
I'll come over with you that way if you have any comments. I'll be able to be there with you.
Whose tag is on this raft? Okay, yep, that's right. This one's the Peanuts.
I haven't seen it move any time recently, at least.
Well, they actually live, if you go straight up the ridge like we're going to go to the Trapper's Hut, the Peanuts Ranch is right up there, and this is their raft. And they had mentioned something about their raft. I told them as long as it wasn't blocking one of my landings that they were okay. I was just making sure that that was theirs.
That makes sense. Eventually, we'll be expanded enough. We'll have just our own docking area.
Yep, yep. Well, that's one of the things that I'm looking at now is maybe we should that one dock on the other side, that drop down, maybe we should go ahead and kind of move that now before too long, because if we keep getting this busy, then we'll probably be able to petition that government to let us build a water crossing. So
That'd be nice. Yeah, I finished the boardwalk on this side and made it kind of workable from a entrance and up on there and on the main street there.
Yep, yep, looks good, looks good. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Looks good. Seems like we have a similar eye for the way we like to build. So, I like that.
Yeah, what's left here is I got to get the gavel up and get the roof on there, and then the Miss Rowan's stable barn will be done. This is the one she's going to use to sell out of, and I'm going to build a different one on the other side.
Are you putting a loft in there for like food and stuff?
Yeah, I was going to build some scaffolding and that way we can store some stuff up in the top of there, and
Oh, nice.
she's
Nice.
got to have a ledger in there and work from it. I'll show you the inside of it if you want.
Well, let me climb. I'm gonna climb up on top of post office so I can move that one railing.
Oh, there's an entrance from here too.
Oh well. I don't have to climb that ladder then. All right. Twist my arm.
Yeah, I got rid of the ladder for you.
And be might fitting for the postmaster to have a walkover straight to his office, huh?
Well, that way I could
Oh
sneak in
shit!
before
That's
somebody
not what I meant
drops
to
me
do.
something.
Damn it! That said railing. It didn't do the railing. I'll grab a ceiling and replace that. As a matter of fact, I'll take this one right here. I got some of those supports. Let me grab them. Goodness gracious.
I got a shit personality.
Isn't that brown dough?
Are you colorblind? This is black.
It depends. It depends on what you are eating.
You gotta
How
make
is
sure
this
you don't got blood in the bottom, you know.
I got no blood in my clothes. I'm smart enough to have other people do my bad work. I wouldn't do bad work myself, because then you get hanged.
Alright, man. Nice to meet you.
My name is Luke Cray. I live in Cray Ranch, over the river, and I'm a gunsmith. I live with a ginger lady named Blight. She's a fucking farmer. Yeah.
That's very nice. My name's Herbert Cobbs. I just moved in here like literally like 5 minutes ago.
Did you really just forget what Miss Blythe's job was for a second?
Of course I forgot her job.
All right. Must be because she's always running around here instead of doing that, right?
Alright.
Exactly.
All right, all right. I was just clarifying.
Not a problem.
Yo, Bear and Alfie nearly had a duel. I was so proud of two of them. They're both gonna become a real man and start out their beef, but then two of them got scared.
Yeah, well,
Fight between
that one fellow was.
About the beer.
Okay. Well, I'm working.
You got beer? Give me some beer. I want some beer.
Mr. Cobb.
Beer, the man
Me and Joseph
named
are over
Bear.
across the water.
Oh! I think I thought you had alcohol.
Yeah, he is opening a haunted house.
Oh, look like the mayor's back. There we go, just like new.
I didn't do nothing wrong. All right. Never know. I didn't do anything. Nothing to see here.
There's no photojournalist to take pictures of it, so it didn't happen.
Yeah, all these blood stains, those are mine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I bled quite a bit up here. Yep. But I tell you what, I had my rifle. I was right down like this, and I was hitting them bandits from across the river. I was 4 out of 4, till one of them got me.
There are bandits?
Oh, they're yeah. It's funny too because in that commotion you heard them calling us a bandit town, when right before that commotion, the sheriff of the bandit town told me if I tear up them papers from the coalition, that there could be good profit in my pocket. I was like, what? I'm confused. Huh? It's yeah.
What?
Yeah, I just like bribed in front of like 20 people. I'm like, what?
Oh, that's what was going on with the... Do you think the Alfie guy is really possessed by a demon, or is like a murderer at least?
I don't know that. I just know that young Cody fella is definitely dirty, and Mr. Alfie is running around with him. So is that young Miss Phoebe. I mean, they shouldn't be, you know, what is the word? When you take a child and you teach them the wrong things.
In cahoots?
No, when you like influencing that young girl into doing things bad.
I don't know anything about that.
Juvenile?
Delinquency, that's it. That's the word I was looking for. Making her a delinquent. Yeah. I knew it'd come to me eventually.
Yeah, that sheriff that bribed you, that was the one of Sanctuary, wasn't it?
Yep. Trevor Glass.
Sanctuary is definitely... I definitely heard about that already.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was friends with the Wagner Supply Company, I think I was telling you. They really helped me out, and they was telling me that you guys banded together and, like, fought them off, right?
Oh, yeah, that's what we're in the middle of. Us, Sundance, Spring Valley, and White Willow are all forming a union to have a greater form of government and a greater way to combat the bandit menace.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's why anybody
It's always good to keep a watch.
Yeah, and that's why anybody who's part of the bandits are trying to badmouth us. We got this gentleman just behind us
Good
in
thing
this
I
valley.
finally got one of those.
Oh yeah, this gentleman down the valley behind us is actually running around robbing folks saying he's me. So that's interesting. The sheriff and
Yeah, that's what sheriff was talking about earlier.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. What's really interesting about it is he just moved to the county, so I don't even know how the hell he can even think that know anything about me. So I've sold him a couple of hatchets and a smelter. That's it.
Well, you know what they say. Sometimes the loudest of them is being informed by the quietest of them.
I guess. But
If you all don't mind, I gotta use the restroom for a second. Would you mind bringing me there?
actually, right there between this gun shop and that tailor shop, there's two public toilets right there, and there's two right at the bank. I have not put any on this side of the water yet, but I know right where I'm going to put them. I'm going to put them right here on the back side of the doctor's office. So that's something that I'll be getting done here real soon.
What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, heard another gunshot.
Oh.
Might have been coming from
I think they're at the gun
sheriff's
range.
office.
I think they're at the gun range. Right between my office and the...
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, right between the sheriff's office and my office is a gun range.
To the tailor shop for a second.
All right.
Back, though.
Man, he's brave jumping off there. I'm gonna be afraid to break an ankle.
Well, he saw the apothecaries right there, and you know, if it gets worse, the church is right there to take care of his other needs.
Don't look in the apothecary; it's empty.
Well, he don't need to know that.
Yeah, the good preacher, who is also the doctor, just got back into town a couple days ago, so we haven't been able to discuss all the stuff to do in there. But you can see that he's got a roof hatch in there too, just like this has, so that again, like I was telling you, we can fortify this side of the water the same way we did that side of the water.
Yeah, if the same height by the eye, it looks like. Probably even take a pathway across this to there.
Yeah, we could probably put a nice little pass over right here. Yeah, that actually that would. I think that would actually look pretty good. I think I know right where to put the pillar too. You see where that you see right where that door is? If we come straight out in front of that door and drop it down right where that ramp is, and then same thing on this side, and then run the ceilings across and do exactly like you did here, which is the same way I did over there. Goodness
Oh yeah,
gracious.
I can see that. Yeah, I looked out here. I didn't need to do any pillars to block off this small side street, but I just put some reinforcements on the boardwalk on the other side.
Oh, you know what? Even that, right on the end of the boardwalk, put a couple of stack those scaffolding archways. Yep.
Keeps the street clear, that's for sure.
Yeah, the only problem over on that side of town is even though I
Yeah, it was funny running into Cobb's. I'd rode all the way down to Juniper to go see Rusty down there, do some tool repair, and I forgot my money purse. My Rowan had borrowed it when she went to the tailor.
Right.
So I told him if he rode with me all the way back up here,